With highs around 70 degrees, not much change for the rest of the week. Well, maybe a few more clouds thrown in there, and temperatures staying on the mild side, at or below normal temperatures for this time of year. Downtown LA right now, you've got 67 degrees. Our top stories: Uber and Lyft get out of new fingerprinting requirements in California, and more controversy emerges for the already embattled UC President's office. All the details in 3 minutes. It's 10:27.
Sports is sponsored by attorney Jacob Emrani.
Accident or injury, call Jacob Emrani. Call Jacob.
One of the most wonderful things you might do for yourself to celebrate the magic of the season is to visit Aldic Home on Sepulveda in Van Nuys. So many of us have known about Aldic for years, but this year they have absolutely outdone themselves with gorgeous new ornaments, Santas and elves, ribbons, garlands, stunning floral displays, a special lighting gallery, but especially Aldic's artificial Christmas trees. You can see and touch for yourself their more than 50 exquisite, fully decorated trees, from 2 feet to 12, green or flocked, pre-lit with white or colored lights. They are the finest available. Aldic's knowledgeable staff can educate new buyers and help out in ways you just can't get from the catalog. There's simply nothing like Aldic's anywhere. You just must stop in and see Aldic's on Sepulveda Boulevard in Van Nuys, or check out their website, aldichome.com. That's A-L-D-I-K.
Hey, it's Denise Fondo for the perfect workout. You know, finding the time to work out and finding an exercise program that really worked for me wasn't easy until I started the perfect workout. It's 20 minutes twice a week. I mean, that is it. That's all it takes. I'm out of there in less than an hour a week. The perfect workout is a private workout studio with a personal trainer. It isn't a busy gym, and your personal trainer makes sure you do the exercises right in advance when you're absolutely ready. And I'm seeing life-changing results from this low-impact, slow-motion strength training exercise program. The perfect workout helps you lose unwanted belly fat. You're going to notice the change in the way your clothes fit. Now, right now, the perfect workout has a terrific offer. Mention my name, Denise Fondo, and you'll get 3 private sessions for $75, plus $200 off any training package, and a 100% money-back guarantee. Call the perfect workout today, 888-878-1808. That's the perfect workout, 888-878-1808.
This Sunday, November 12th, it's the Rose Bowl Flea Market at the Rose Bowl. Looking for something new and interesting to do? Check out this unique and vintage event, Southern California's best flea market. There are over 2,500 vendors offering vintage clothes, music, vinyl, Victrolas, antiques, collectibles, art memorabilia, crafts, and discounted new merchandise. There are all types of unusual furniture and room decor, and it's never too early to start thinking of Thanksgiving decorations and decor. The Rose Bowl Flea Market is the place to find the rare, the unusual, and one-of-a-kind items. But whether you come to buy or to hang out, it's good fun for family and friends, and a day of hunting and thrifting. So this Sunday, November 12th at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, it's the Rose Bowl Flea Market from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Special early admission and free or preferred VIP parking available. For more information, go to rgcshows.com. Produced by RG Canning Enterprises, Inc.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good morning, I'm Brian Ping. Our top local story at 10:30. You just heard it live here on KNX. A woman is now in custody after a very dangerous chase through the streets of South Los Angeles, which ended at the produce market on Central. Let's get more from our Tom Tran.
Yeah, what was a very dangerous situation with a stolen U-Haul truck, one of those 9-10 feet long U-Haul trucks. Woman driving very erratically through the streets of downtown LA at high speeds, blowing through stop signs, intersections, and nearly hitting several pedestrians, and eventually wound up hitting several police vehicles before the suspect exited out the vehicle and then eventually was apprehended by police. Caused some damage, and they have the suspect in custody right now, but the pursuit has come to an end. But police will be doing this investigation downtown near the fruit market, actually in the fruit market for quite some time. So if you're heading down that way, expect delays through that area. Brian, back to you.
All right, thanks, Tom. There's a new report out of China that the 3 UCLA basketball players accused of shoplifting could be sentenced to 20 days of house arrest. That word from the Atlanta newspaper reporter accompanying Georgia Tech to China. He says the 3, who include freshman star LiAngelo Ball, would serve that sentence at the luxury hotel where they're currently staying. There's no independent confirmation of the report. Chinese law expert Margaret Lewis of Seton Hall tells KNX she does expect this to be settled soon.
I would be surprised if this dragged on for a long time. This does not strike me as a complicated case that would require a lot of investigation. I would expect
abroad, the conviction rate in China is 99%. The LA County Sheriff's Department has partnered up with organizations in an effort to stop potential buyers of human beings for sex. KNX 1070's Margaret Carrero is live with details.
The bottom line is what was once taking place out on the streets has moved online.
The smartphone in your pocket or in your hand right now is the brothel of the 21st century.
That's Tom Perez with the EPIC project, which stands for Every Man Protecting Innocent Kids. The idea is to put out suggestive ads online and engage respondents, oftentimes in very telling text message exchanges. LA County District Attorney Jackie Lacey says it's an exciting development.
That's better evidence for us if we get text messaging, especially with regard to the age, because most of the people that we arrest claim they didn't know the girl was underage, which we know is a lie.
Since the Sheriff's Department Human Trafficking Task Force was formed 2 years ago, they have rescued more than 200 victims, most of them juveniles, and made hundreds of arrests. Live in downtown LA, Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Uber and Lyft drivers will avoid fingerprinting under new safety rules being adopted today by state regulators. The taxi industry had pushed for the fingerprinting since it's a requirement for taxi drivers, but the regulators say in a report that fingerprinting does not add a greater level of safety. State lawmakers last year passed a law stopping the companies from hiring drivers who are registered sex offenders or have been convicted of violent felony crimes. The Senate version of the Republicans' high-stakes tax overhaul is set to be unveiled with billions in tax cuts for people and corporations, plus repeal of the federal deduction for state and local taxes, which is a key sticking point in California, and a likely compression of the personal income tax brackets from 7 to 4. The House measure, meanwhile, nears approval by the Tax Writing Committee after last-minute changes by its primary author. Speaker Paul Wright says the Republican tax reform bill has to get to President Trump's desk.
We ran in 2016 on doing this tax reform. The president ran on doing this tax cut and tax reform. So this is about fulfilling our promises to the American people.
The bill faces stiff opposition in Congress from Democrats and some Republicans from northeastern states, where the measure would repeal a number of deductions favored by upper middle-class taxpayers. For the record, all California members of the Republican House delegation are in favor. The deductions include a state income tax deduction. An Associated Press poll from last month found a majority of people believe the tax plan helps wealthy people and corporations. New undercover tests have found that TSA airport screening is still failing to spot weapons more than 70% of the time. Mock knives, guns, and bombs got through undetected. A failure rate that high may leave some passengers a little nervous. We talked to people getting ready for flights at Long Beach Airport.
Some travelers were surprised, but others were not shocked at the failure rate, that more than 70% of the time undercover officers were able to sneak things through the TSA checkpoints.
Doesn't surprise me, number one, because I've had similar things happen to me where I forgot something in my bag.
One man called TSA incompetent. Another passenger just shrugged.
I think you just have to be more vigilant, as vigilant as we can be, reasonable. But, you know, there's evil, there's danger. We've got to live our lives.
Yet another traveler tells me he thinks all in all the TSA agents do a pretty good job. At Long Beach Airport, John Baird, KNX 1070 News Radio.
This pursuit we've been telling you about, it has not been completely resolved. This female driver is unwilling to get into the police vehicle. In fact, they've had to put a mask on her to muzzle her from spitting or perhaps biting that. And she's just not going away peacefully at all. Of course, she is in handcuffs, and police will eventually keep this under control. But just another wild chapter in this pursuit. The massacre that claimed the lives of so many churchgoers in a small Texas town will claim one more casualty. All but up to 1040 and 1035 now. Trafficking to put together every 10 minutes on the 5. Here's Tom Tran.
And it looks like they actually
Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein said today there's no reason for any company to deny law enforcement access to the phones of such criminals.
Nobody has a legitimate expectation of privacy in that phone. The suspect is deceased, and even if he were alive, it would be legal for police and prosecutors to find out what is in the phone.
Last year, Apple did refuse to help unlock the phone of one of the San Bernardino terrorists, but the FBI got another company to help crack the code. A neighbor accused of assaulting Senator Rand Paul has appeared in court in Kentucky.
Late on arraignment, plea of not guilty. Ms. Milliken, do you have anything you want to address or any issues you have?
Just that the bond conditions remain the same. That is the same way.
Okay.
The man is free on bond. He's accused of tackling Paul last week, breaking 6 of the senator's ribs and bruising his lungs. An advisor to Paul says the man attacked the senator without any prior conversation. However, another neighbor who sold both men their homes claims the two have been arguing over lawn maintenance for years. Sandra Mitchell joins us live, getting ready for the KCAL 9 News at noon. What you got for us, Sandra?
Hey, Brian, we're talking about this undercover operation at U.S. airports. It reveals that TSA agents are failing to find test weapons and bombs. So we're going to take a look at exactly what's going through the baggage checkpoint. Also, a driverless shuttle service starts in Las Vegas. Sounds really convenient, but it came to a screeching halt on its first day. I'll show you what happened. And a warning about those popular fidget spinners, you know, those things the kids are playing with. They could be toxic. We've got all that. It's coming up. It is KCAL 9 News at noon. We'll see you then.
All right, sounds good, Sandra. Thank you. It's all part of our in-depth team coverage. More on these stories, plus traffic and weather coming up. New crash on the southbound 57 in Brea. That's 2 minutes away. It's 10:43.
When Brando needed him, it was an honor he couldn't refuse. When the Hiltons needed him, he was on a plane the next day. And in the trial of the century, he brought together the